Fifth grade. Reading. This is the reading exercise for this week. Please listen to the instructions and pay attention. Reading tips. Read the text 2 times. Write in a paper all the words you don't know. Find the words in the dictionary. Read the text again.
Chapter 1. D'Artagnan meets the 3 Musketeers. The captain of the King's Musketeers, Monsieur de Tréville, sat back in his chair and looked with interest at the young man in front of him.
So, you're the son of my old friend D'Artagnan,
he said.
Now tell me, why have you left your village to come all the way to Paris?
I'm hoping to become one of the King's Musketeers, sir,
said D'Artagnan.
If a great man like you can help me.
I see a lot of young men like you who want to become musketeers. It isn't easy. You have to show how brave you are. It's strange that you haven't brought a letter with you. From your father.
Sir, I had one, but a man stole it from me when I stopped for some food at the town of Meung. A dark, well-dressed man.
Just then, D'Artagnan gave a shout.
Look, sir! There he is, outside your window. Excuse me, I must catch him.
And he ran out of the room. De Tréville smiled and shook his head.
What a wild young man. He'll be a good musketeer one day.
On his way downstairs, D'Artagnan bumped into a tall, good-looking musketeer.
Sorry,
he cried and ran on. But the musketeer stopped him.
You must say more than sorry if you bump into me. I'm Athos, and I don't like your behavior. Have you just arrived from the country?
What do you mean?
Replied D'Artagnan.
I am from the country, but I'm as good as you are.
We'll see about that,
said Athos.
I'll fight you at 12 o'clock, outside the church, over there.
Right,
said D'Artagnan.
I'll be there. Don't worry.
And he ran off again, hoping to find the man from Meung. In his hurry, he bumped into a second musketeer called Porthos and knocked his hat onto the ground. It was a fine, expensive hat, and Porthos was very angry.
I'll teach you a lesson, young man,
he shouted.
Meet me on the bridge at 1 o'clock. And bring your sword.
I'll be there,
D'Artagnan called back. Just then, he saw a third musketeer in front of him and a lady's glove on the ground at his feet. Without thinking, he ran over and gave the glove to the musketeer.
Does it belong to a friend, perhaps?
He asked, smiling.
That's none of your business,
replied the musketeer angrily.
I'll have to fight you for that. Meet me outside the theatre at 2 o'clock. My name's Aramis.
Now D'Artagnan couldn't see the man from Meung anywhere, and he had to fight 3 musketeers, the bravest and best fighters in the country. But luckily for him, when Athos, Porthos, and Aramis heard that they were all fighting the same man, they decided to forget his behaviour. They saw how brave he was, and he soon became their friend. They even found a servant called Planchet for him. A few days later, Planchet showed a visitor into D'Artagnan's room. It was Bonacieux, the owner of the house. He was looking very worried.
Sir,
He cried.
please help me. I don't know what to do. Yesterday, someone kidnapped my wife.
Really?
Said D'Artagnan, interested.
Tell me more.
Well, she goes to the palace every day because she works for the Queen. It was a dark, well-dressed man who kidnapped her.
Aha!
Cried D'Artagnan.
That sounds like the man from Meung. Go on.
You see, my wife knows all the Queen's secrets. She knows that very soon an important Englishman will visit the Queen. You won't tell anyone this, will you? Perhaps you know who it is.
The Duke of Buckingham?
Asked D'Artagnan. Most people in Paris knew that Buckingham was in love with the French Queen.
Shh! The walls have ears. Yes, and the Cardinal, the King's first minister, wants to show the King that his wife has a lover. So he sent one of his men to kidnap my wife and find out what she knows.
Leave it to me.
Said D'Artagnan.
I'll find your wife for you.
Later, D'Artagnan told the 3 Musketeers about the kidnapping.
Remember that the Cardinal's our enemy, and that we must keep the Queen out of danger.
Said Porthos.
We'll be stronger than the Cardinal if we work together.
Said D'Artagnan.
One for all, and all for one.
Hurrah!
They shook hands on it. That evening, D'Artagnan was in his room upstairs when he heard a woman hurrying down the street. He looked out of the window.
Perhaps it's Madame Bonacieux,
He thought.
and she's escaped.
She went into the house and at once started screaming.
She's in trouble.
D'Artagnan told himself. He ran downstairs and knocked down the front door. Inside, there were 3 soldiers holding the young woman a prisoner. It wasn't long before the 3 were running away, afraid of D'Artagnan's angry shouts and his heavy sword. Now, D'Artagnan was alone with Madame Bonacieux. He saw her beautiful face, and for the first time, he knew that he was in love.
Sir, thank you for what you've done.
She said warmly.
It was nothing, Madame. Those men work for the Cardinal. They wanted to kidnap you again, I think. They want to know about the Queen's secrets. You're in danger here.
Where can I go? There's a plan. I need to be free.
I can take you to the house of my friend Athos. He's away tonight, so you'll be alone, and nobody will know you're there.
Then please, let's go there now.
She took his arm, and together they went to Athos's house, where D'Artagnan left her. But later that night, Madame Bonacieux went out. She walked quickly to a house in the next street, where the Duke of Buckingham was waiting for her. She took him through a secret door into the palace. The Queen came to meet them, looking more beautiful than ever. Buckingham could not stop himself from kissing her feet.
Sir,
said the Queen,
we cannot speak for long.
But how happy I am to see you, even if only for a moment.
said Buckingham.
I must tell you now that we can never see each other again. There will be war between our two countries, and I am married.
But love is greater than that. For 3 long years I've loved you. I've thought of you and hoped that you loved me too.
I cannot give you any hope,
said the Queen, looking away.
Go, sir. If they find you here, you will die, and I'll be very unhappy.
You do love me after all. Give me something to keep, something which belongs to you, and I'll go at once.
Very well, then. Take these diamonds and think of me.
She gave him a small wooden box, and he kissed her hand many times.
I'll see you again, my Queen,
he cried, leaving the room.
Watch the video again, so you can check the answers before sending your work into the platform.